All these gurus online are telling you to start these different business models. They're telling you to do an agency, to start drop shipping, to start an e-commerce brand, to trade crypto, to trade meme coins, to trade Forex. Like, none of these things are really beginner friendly in my opinion, and I've tried them all. I've tried drop shipping, I've done the agency, I've traded crypto, lost all my money, started drop shipping, not beginner friendly at all. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why starting a business might be the worst possible decision you can make as a beginner trying to start making a bit of money online and trying to get your foot in the door and get into this industry and start making money online. By the end of this video, you'll understand why I think so and what I think is the best way to start making money online as a beginner. I'm not trying to sell you a course or anything. I'm just trying to give you free value. So don't worry, I'm not going to pitch you a $1,000 course at the end of this video. So let's get into it. So firstly, every business requires an upfront cost, whether that be experience or knowledge or in a monetary form of capital. Like if you want to start drop shipping, you need money. I don't care what these guys say, like what these TikTok organic guys say. You do need money to start drop shipping, at least like $100 to $500 to set up your store, source products, market your product. Like you do need money to start a successful drop shipping store and to run a successful drop shipping store, and you need to invest a bit of capital up front. And a lot of you right now watching this video probably don't have $100 to $500 because you might be in South Africa watching this video and $500 is like 10,000 Rand or like 9,500 Rand. Like that's a lot of money for someone who's a beginner to just invest into a business that they have no experience in. Even if they do everything right, they might have chosen the wrong product because they didn't know how to find a winning product. Like 1 in 20 products are going to be a winner. That's testing 20 products. That's even if you just invest $100 per product, that's already $2,000 that you've invested and that you've lost until you got an opening product. So you probably don't have that money even to start. So that's why I don't think dropshipping is a good idea. That's the same with e-commerce and Amazon FBA. Like they all require an upfront cost. And then everyone says like an agency, there's no upfront cost, but the upfront cost with an agency is not necessarily monetary, but it's more experience and knowledge. Like how are you going to run a successful marketing agency or Facebook marketing agency when you've never run an ad in your life? How are you going to run a Google's ad agency if you've never run a Google ad in your life? Like you've never even run an ad, yet alone run a successful ad. So how are you going to do this for clients? How are you going to get client successful results if you've never run an ad yourself? Like I was a video editor and I was a video editor for like a year and a half. I got really good at it and I got really good results. So when I started hiring people and started outsourcing the video editing work and like started getting other editors to fulfill the service, I knew what to look for. I knew who to hire because of my previous experience. So I knew what it takes to be good. So I could look for those characteristics in different editors, and that's helped me hire really good people. It's because I understand the ins and outs of the industry. So hiring people is pretty simple for me because I've done it before and I understand it and I was successful in it. So if I want to find a successful editor, kind of just look for my characteristics in them. But if you've never edited any videos, how are you going to outsource that editing work? Because you don't know what to look for. You don't know what's good. You don't know what's bad. You're just going to hire someone and just kind of assume that what they're doing is good, but then they're not going to get any results, and then your client's going to churn, and then you're just going to be recycling clients. You're going to get a client for a month and then they're going to leave because they realize that you don't know what you're doing. So there's an experience barrier and a knowledge barrier to start an agency. Like that's one of the biggest lies Eman tells his audience is like, you can just get this client and then you just outsource it to a random guy that you find on Fiverr or find on Upwork. But that's so stupid because how are you going to know who to hire? How are you going to know if what they're doing is good? Or how are you going to know what they're doing is right? Like you've never done it yourself, so you don't know what's good and what's wrong and if this is going to get results and if this is going to work in these different angles. Like you don't understand anything, so you're just going to be blindly hiring this guy and you're not going to know if he's bad or good. And if he's bad, you're not going to know, so you're going to get shitty results for your clients. So you have to do it yourself and you have to get results through it yourself so that then you can hire someone because you know what you're looking for because you've done it yourself. Like I promise you, Eman knows how to run ads, and when he was running his agency, he fulfilled the service himself first. And then when he needed to hire people, he knew what to look for because he's done it himself. So therefore, he can get his clients better results. But you right now don't have any skills and you don't have those skills, so you first have to go learn those skills so that then you can start outsourcing. So you should never outsource from the jump because you're going to hire the wrong people and you're just not going to know what's good and what's bad. And then secondly, you have no skills. So if you're trying to start drop shipping, you have no clue how to do any of that stuff. You don't know how to source a product. You don't know how to find a supplier. You don't know how to market that product. You don't know how to build a website. You don't know how to do anything. There's like a million different things you have to know how to do. But what I'd suggest you do is find one of those things and become really good at it. In dropshipping, it's a whole bunch of skills. It's not just a business model. It's not just dropshipping. Within dropshipping, there's like these different skills, like building websites, like marketing your product, like sourcing products, and all these different things like finding winning products. Find one of those different skills, let's say building websites, and become really good at building websites, and then start offering that to different dropshippers and start offering that as a service. And then when you start working with those people, you're going to learn more about dropshipping. You building these stores for these people, you seeing what products they're putting on, you're probably having calls with these people, with their teams, and they're talking about dropshipping. You're around dropshippers because you're working with them as clients. So you're going to learn the industry better. You're going to learn how the people whose store you're running are marketing their products. You're going to learn the different angles. You're going to learn the industry while just offering that single service. Instead of going and trying to do everything yourself, get good at one thing and offer that service to dropshippers and say, I'll build your website for you. Let me just work in your team and learn the ins and outs of this industry, because one day I want to be successful in dropshipping. So I want to work with you and build your websites for you so I can learn from you. So learn one piece of dropshipping, or learn one piece of the agency, or learn one piece of e-commerce, or one piece of Amazon FBA, and get really, really, really good at that one thing. You have no skills right now and you're trying to learn all these different skills at once. You're trying to learn all the skills it takes to become successful at dropshipping. But instead, you should become really good at one service and offer that one service to one niche and a specific market, like e-commerce brands that sell pet toys, or e-commerce brands that sell nappies, or whatever it is. Become really good at one thing and offer it to a really specific market or a really specific niche. So once you become really, really, really good at this skill, and you know how to get results with that skill, once you know how to build really good websites, once you know how to deliver results as a video editor, then start outsourcing. Then hire these people to fulfill the service for you, because then you understand what to look for. You understand what's successful. And if one of the guys that are working for you is struggling with something, you know what they must do to become better, because you've probably faced the same problem that they're facing right now. So you can help them overcome that because you've had that experience and because you become good at that thing. And becoming good at it is not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's really, really easy, but it's pretty simple. If you want to become good at video editing, start video editing. Maybe buy a course or two, maybe watch some YouTube videos and start doing it, and start editing videos, improve, ask people for some feedback, and then just improve and improve and improve, and keep doing and doing. Because you right now, this is my third point, you don't have any knowledge or experience. So you want to build this knowledge and build this experience through working in other people's teams and being a freelancer and getting a job with these people, and getting a job in a cool team with cool people where there's room for growth and you can learn from these people. Like me as a video editor, I worked with Luke Alexander in his team. I'm not sure if you know who he is. He's quite big in the space, in the make money online space. And I worked in his team, and I learned so much from working in his team as editor, because I'd go on calls with his team and they'd just be talking. I'd just be listening. I'd just be a sponge, and I'd just be taking in everything. I'd learn so much just because of one skill that I learned. I could work with a cool team, work with someone really cool, like Luke's really cool, his team's really cool. I could learn a lot as a 16-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid who just sits there and just listening to all these people who are levels ahead of me, so I can just learn from them. But I would never have that opportunity if I wasn't really good at video editing. I'm working with Jamie O'Brien now. That's someone I used to watch every day on YouTube. And I get to work with him because I learned one skill and I became really good at that skill. Now I can work with someone that I've watched my whole entire life. I even worked in Iman Gadzi's team for 2 months. That's pretty cool as a 16-year-old kid, or I think I was even 15 then, working for someone like Iman Gadzi, because you learn so much, you learn the space. So my advice for any beginner is learn one skill and become really good at that skill, and get a job or become a freelancer and work in these teams and learn the ins and outs of these industries. Say yes to different opportunities, work with different people as a freelancer, and you're going to learn so much more about the industry and about this whole space and about business in general. Like I learned so much about building courses and selling courses because Luke sells a course around sales, and that's a perfect example. Luke teaches people how to get into sales. That's not a business model. That's not learning 1,000 different skills. That's learning one skill. That's learning one skill of sales, getting really good at that one skill, which is sales, and then going and getting a sales job, and then working with a company, and then you learn the ins and outs of that company and learn the ins and outs of that space. So that's my advice to any beginners. Learn one skill, become really good at it, and then work in a team, go join someone else's team, join a cool company. And then once you're really good at that skill, then start your agency, then start drop shipping, then do all that stuff once you've learned the different skills. Keep it simple, learn one skill. I don't care what skill it is. It doesn't have to be video editing, it can be sales, copywriting, building websites, cold email, it could be anything, but just do one thing for one specific market, one specific niche, and become really good at it. So yeah, if you need any help, if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram. I'm not going to sell you a course, just giving you free value. And if you found value in this video, hit the subscribe button We're nearly at 100 subscribers. Hopefully in 5 years, in 10 years, we're going to be at 1 million, 10 million, or whatever it is. Thank you.